Hello everyone, welcome back. So today's tutorial I'm going to be teaching how to make this beautiful top. So if you want to learn how to make this beautiful top, I think this is the best tutorial for you. And please don't forget to subscribe, like and share to your friends as well. Thank you. I marked my shoulder to my bust point and then under bust point of my client and then the top length. So after that, the next thing we're going to be doing is to go to the shoulder. We're going to mark the neck width. In as much as I'm not going to be using the neck, we're still going to mark it. So I marked the neck and I marked my shoulder. That's shoulder divided by 2, 7.5. That will come down by 1 inch and connect it to the neck width, as you can see me doing. Then after that, we are going to extend the shoulder down, all the way down. So for you to get to your armhole depth, you're going to be doing your bust divided by 6 plus 1.5. So my client's own, I got it and I divided it and I got my armhole depth. So it's going to serve as our new chest line. So the next thing we're going to be doing is to be getting the nipple to nipple measurement. Nipple to nipple measurement is 8 divided by 2. I got 4, so I marked 4. I am going to be connecting the points, as you can see me doing. I did the point all the way down. Then after that, I went ahead to mark 1 inch at the top length, 1 inch but at the side of the line that I did, as you can see. So that's the 1 inch is going to make 2 inch. So from the nipple point, I am going to come down by 1 inch as well. So I'm going to mark that 1 inch. From there, after that, I am going to be connecting that 1 inch I did at my top length all the way to that point I did under the bust. 1 inch under the bust, as you can see me doing. This tutorial is so simple that you just have to focus on everything I'm doing. You get what you want. So after that, you come to the under bust as well. You're going to go up by 1 inch at the under bust. So you're going to go up by 1 inch. I went ahead and marked my 1 inch, and then after that, I am going to connect it with my curve rule. You can choose to use your freehand sketch, or you can choose to use a curve rule to connect it to that under bust, as you can see me doing on the screen. Then after that, I went to my armhole. I divided my armhole by 2 and I got what I got, and I'm going to come in by ½ inch. Remember, in the front we used to come in by ½ inch. So after that, I'm going to be doing my bust, my client's bust divided by 4, that is 10 inch. I'm going to be marking that 10 inch at that side. So after that, I am going to connect those points from my shoulder to that part, as you can see me doing. If you don't have a curve rule, that's not a problem. You can still use a freehand sketch if you are good with that. So the next thing I went ahead to do was to come down by the chest line. That's that place, as you can see me doing. Pardon my tape, it's having injuries. So I'm going to be coming down by just ½ inch at that line, as you can see. So after that, what I'm going to be doing is to be I brought my camera closer so you see. I marked 2.5 from that point. I am going to be marking it there, as you can see. So at our new chest line, we're going to be coming out by ½ inch, as you can see. We're going to be coming out by ½ inch. So after that, I'm going to be extending down the line I did. That's the bust divided by 4. I'm going to extending it down to my new chest line, as you can see me doing. Then after that, we're going to be coming up at that point also to mark another ½ inch. Or you can do 0.75. So then after that, I went ahead and connected the points, as you can see me doing. So I went ahead and connected the 3 points. So the next thing I went ahead to do was to get the neck depth, the where I want my top to be. So I did my client's own. You can choose any place you want yours to be. You can choose 6, 8, any one you want, depending on how revealing you want yours to be. So the next thing I did was to, at that half inch that we did before, we are going to be connecting that half inch to our underbust, as you can see me doing. It's not a must, just like I've been saying, that it's not a must you must use your curve rule, but because if you are good at using your free hand, you can as well use your free hand. So the next thing I did was to input my my body measurement divided by 4. At that part as well, I did the same thing as well, and make sure that you place that half inch that you 1 inch so that we brought out from that place, so that you won't run short of fabric. So after that, we're going to be entering the back. In as much as we're still going to come back to the front, but let's just go to the back. So what you're going to be doing is to mark your neckline and your shoulder line. So I went ahead to connect it to the shoulder width, and then the next thing I'm going to be doing is to take down my shoulder, and then I'm going to be dividing my bust by 6 plus 1.5, and then I'm going to be getting my new chest line. It's more like the same thing that we did in the front, it's just a few adjustments. So the next thing we are going to be doing is to get the midpoint of the armhole depth. So the midpoint divided by 2, I got what I got, and then I'm not going to come in by a half inch like I did in the front. You just have to just go ahead and connect. So I placed my my client's bust divided by 4. Then from that side, I am going to place my tape there. From that side, I'm going to divide it by 2, and then I'm going to mark the center. So I am going to connect the first point to the second and then the third point. As you can see, if you are having issues with using your curve rule, just like I've been saying, you can use your free hand if you are good at that. Because at this point, I was already frustrated. I had to use my free hand to get my armhole. So the next thing I did was to come down by ½ inch from the first armhole. We're going to come down by ½ inch from there, just like we did in the front. This is going to serve as our new chest line. Please guys, do well to subscribe to my channel if you have not, and if you have a question, you can drop it on the comment section. I'll do well to reply, and you can as well share to your friends that you think that this video is going to be helpful to them. Thank you. So after that, we are going to be marking 2.5, just like we did on the front. We are going to be marking 2.5, mark it, and then we are going to extend it out so that it will be easy for us. So after that, you're going to be marking ½ inch or 0.75, depending on how you want yours to be. I marked I marked 0.5, that's ½ inch. So I'm going to be connecting it to the point there, as you can see me doing. Then after that, you're going to be marking your neck depth. That is where you want your neck to start. So after that, you're going to be connecting it to the armhole on the straight line, as you can see on the screen. Having done that, so the next thing I went ahead to do was to mark my zipper allowance. The zipper allowance I'm going to be using here is a zipper allowance of 1 inch, but you can choose to mark your own to be 1.5. The reason I did 1 inch was to manage my my paper. So then I marked my nipple to nipple measurement, just like we did on the front. We're going to be dividing the nipple to nipple measurement. My client's own is 8 divided by 2. I got 4 inches. So I'm going to mark 4 inches all the way down, as you can see me doing. then I'm going to be connecting the points all the way down as well. So after that, I am going to be marking her 1 inch to both sides, just like I did in the front part. So I'm going to be marking 1 inch on the both side, and then I am going to be connecting it to that point where I want my neck to start. So I'm going to use my rules, connect it to that point where my neck will start, as you can see. So at this point, we are done with our back piece, but we're going to be imputing our body measurement. Remember, we're going to be taking our measurement from that side, not from the zip allowance. So after inputting your body measurement, remember you're going to be replacing your 1 inch that you are going to move there when you are taking your body measurement, your whole body measurement, just like I'm doing now. So I'm going to be replacing it there and before adding my inch allowance. Okay, let me just give a clearer explanation. You see this 1 inch I got out from there. I'm going to replace it there after getting my normal body measurement. There, I'm going to replace that. That's the 1 inch I took out is 2 inch, so I'm going to replace it there. So I am now going to connect it to my where the bust line is before I'll start adding my 2 inch allowance. I hope you get now. Because if you don't, you're going to run short of fabric. That's the same thing you do to the front as well. So at this point, we're officially done with the back cutting, back drafting. So we're going to be labeling the front and the back so that we won't get confused. So now the next thing we're going to be doing is to be cutting out. Remember, I want you to look closely to this video on how I cut the fabric, the paper, so that you won't get confused or make mistake when you're doing yours. So as you can see, this is the cutting process. So now back to the front, we are going to bring out that part, the bust part. So we are going to be dividing it, getting by 1.5 inch, my 1.5 inch. We're going to be extending it with our rule. So, and then after that, we are going to be labeling it 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces. So I marked up to, my own is up to 4 pieces. Even if your own is up to 5 pieces, it's not a problem. So after that, you're going to be cutting it out, cutting all the section by section out. Then after that, you're going to be getting a fresh paper, and then we're going to be marking 5 inch. Then we're going to mark it 5 inch and extend our line. This line is going to serve as a guideline on where to place our paper. So you get the bust section that you have divided and place it on top. Make sure that that line, that nipple to nipple line that is there, is corresponding to the line that we drafted. So after that, you're going to be giving 2-inch interval, 2-inch interval. After that, you're going to be securing your paper with your tape, as you can see me doing. So I went ahead to secure my paper with my tape. So after securing your paper on the tape, you're going to be marking that part. As you can see what I'm doing, I marked it on a straight line. I made sure that it's on the straight line. So after that, you're going to be replacing that armhole part, as you can see, with marker. So after doing that, you are going to be adding 1 inch on top. That place is going to serve as where we are going to fold. You know, when you fold your fabric and then your rope tends to pass through, that is going to serve as that. Because if you didn't add your allowance there, it's going to shorten your fabric. So as you can see, I went ahead and added the 1 inch for that. Okay, in case if you don't understand what I'm talking about, it's when you fold, let's say this is a fabric and you fold it into two. Yeah, that is what I marked for the allowance I marked for it. Then you extend it down to your armhole. Then to the front part, remember the front part is going to be folded too, to avoid those roughy edges. So from that place, we're going to be marking 1 inch as well for the folding part. Rope is not going to pass there, it's just for it to be neat. Then I went ahead to trace my under bust line. I traced it together. Trust me, baby girl, if you reach to this point, you are done, like literally done. So what you're going to be doing is to remove all those things and cut out your paper. Cut out your paper, take your fabric, place it on your fabric, and then cut your fabric. So I'm going to be dropping a new video on how to make the sleeve. So if you're yet to subscribe to my channel, subscribe and turn on the notification bell so that you'll be notified when next I'm going to be posting the tutorial on how to make the sleeve. Thank you guys for watching. Bye. See you in my next video. Mwah. And also, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Thank you.